Batman Arkham City opens up with a painting of Cain and Abel, which will be important by the end of the story if you know the tale. Some dudes hired by Two-Face get scared by a sudden kerplunk, and when they expect Batman, they get Catwoman. Catwoman clears out the room and starts her Catwoman ways of stealing shit from a safe, but she's not so safe as Two-Face appears off screen and sticks a pistol in Selina Kyle's mush. We open our game once again with Hugo Strange capturing Bruce Wayne, who he also knows his secret identity is Batman. Tiger Guards, who are the goons hired by Hugo Strange, storm Bruce Wayne's press conference, and Hugo tells us that Protocol 10 is ready to begin. Bruce is left in a room tied to a chair where he escapes and then counters this Tiger Guard attempting to soccer ball his chest cavity. Bruce is thrown to the wolves with all the other inmates, meeting a couple of political prisoners who are the prisoners that Hugo falsely imprisoned just because he wanted to. Prisoners begin to hop the gates to attack us, but Bruce fights them off with no hands. Bruce gets whopped in the back of the head with a metal pole, where he gets knocked out cold by a small man with a monocle known as Penguin. Penguin starts taunting to Bruce surrounded by his men and wants to deal out some punishment for his family. Batman breaks Penguin's wrist bones and then takes out all the guards, not before bitch slapping Penguin before Batman climbs up to the top of the Ace Chemicals building and suits up as Batman. Batman hacks into the Tiger comms with an encryption key, and we overhear that Catwoman is inside the courthouse, captured by Two-Face and his bum-ass army. Two-Face has a debate with himself about if he should kill Catwoman now or give her a fair trial since we're in a courthouse. Two-Face has Catwoman dangling over some acid as well. Batman takes out the goons, but Two-Face wickies Batman in the chest, where he looks to get a double kill on Catwoman. Catwoman cuts the rope and slashes Two-Face's good side. Catwoman tries to finish the job, but Two-Face has... Catwoman kicks Harvey in the dick and then takes back her phone. Batman questions Catwoman about Protocol 10, but we hear a familiar clown over the radio, where Batman saves Catwoman from getting sniped. Batman is then able to locate the bullet to the medical center, where he's looking to confront Joker for the first time since Arkham Asylum. Thank you guys for the support on that video, by the way. Harley Quinn handsprings towards Batman, but he yeets her into a wall for the second time in the Arkham series. Harley says Joker isn't feeling like himself, and she orders her guards to kill Batman if he does anything funny. Batman takes out the armed guards and then makes his way to the top, where the sniper has been remotely controlled by Joker. Joker has led Batman into a trap where Batman barrel rolls through the window to safety. Batman makes a pit stop at a toy factory where we run into Bane. Bane tells Batman Joker smuggled some more Titan out of the asylum, and Bane looks to destroy it all so that it can cause no more harm. Batman is skeptical at first, but he agrees to do it. Batman finds 2 of those containers rather easily soon after. Batman locates the signal of the rifle to Sionis steel mill, where Batman propels in through the fucking chimney and almost burns his pube hairs off in the process, and somehow lands on a rope to not disintegrate. Batman heads deeper into the mill and saves a doctor that Harley kidnapped to try and help Joker's feigning health. Batman picks up a new gadget, which is a remote electrical charge, which helps powers a bunch of doors throughout the game. Batman slams a big ass hook in the Joker's office, where he gets decked in the face by Mr. Hammer. Batman beats up the dudes and the big ass one-armed clown and then grapples up to the office. Batman finds Harley crying over a deceased Joker. Batman scans his body and he really has flatlined. Weirdly enough, Joker pops out and gasses Batman, where Batman tries to stay awake but gets shit-sticked by Harley with a baseball bat.
Meanwhile,
Catwoman is heading over to Poison Ivy's lair, where Ivy is super pissed because Catwoman didn't water her flowers when she said she did. Catwoman gets dragged under and has to take out these zombie plant goons. Catwoman clears them and then asks Ivy again for her help, where Ivy has her dangling by her branches. Back to the main story, Batman has some Harley Quinn nitties in his face as she tries to take off his mask, but Joker tells her not to, as to not spoil the fun. Joker has definitely seen better days. He also has a sample of his blood, which is apparently killing him. Joker has Batman in an IV, where he now has a teeny little bit of Joker in Batman now. Batman is okay with dying if Joker does, but Joker has also sent out a bunch of contaminated blood to a bunch of hospitals in the city. Joker kicks Batman out of a window, where he wakes up with a phone taped to him. Joker tells Batman to find Mr. Freeze, who is working on a cure for him, and Batman is ready to find the chili baby himself. Batman tracks the coldest point in Arkham City to the GCPD, where then Batman steals an encryption key from a dead Penguin guard and hacks into Penguin's comms. Batman clears out the department, where he interrogates a thug's life until he reveals that Freeze is being held at the museum. Batman takes out some signal disruptors of Penguins and takes out the 3rd Titan container in the process. Batman gets jump scared by a dinosaur and then saves his cop from torture at the hands of the Penguin's army. Batman hears a gunshot in the gladiator pit, and we see Penguin execute another cop. Batman has to take out this big ass Titan dude with a fuck ton of enemies, but he's Batman, so he does that shit with ease. Penguin shoots Batman in the arm with Freeze's gun. Penguin shoots another cop that's running across the ice as well. Batman traverses through the ice to save the cops, where we also almost get eaten by a fucking shark. Batman attempts to break down a wall, where Mr. Hammer's brother, Mr. Sickle, grabs Batman, and we got another mini boss fight incoming. After Batman dispatches of the idiot, we also find the 4th Titan container for Bane and we destroy it. Batman opens up a glass display which is containing Mr. Freeze trapped behind. Batman demands to know where Joker's cure is, but Freeze is determined on payback towards Cobblepot. Batman reminds Freeze of his missing wife, Nora, where Batman gets angry and pulls out Mr. Freeze's cold heart and starts pulling out his life liquid. Batman is given a disruptor which will help him distract Penguin to take him down. Batman grabs the disruptor from Freeze's suit and walks into the Iceberg Lounge, where he disrupts the gun signal and then fucking astoundingly uppercuts Penguin to the ground. Penguin feigns his surrender, then blows up the ice under the Dark Knight. Penguin has a little friend for Batman in the form of Solomon Grundy. Batman will now have to squabble with a 12-foot zombie brute. Penguin also says that Grundy was there when he bought the place. So, does he come with the mortgage? Is he a tax write-off? Batman avoids swinging balls and sprays some explosive gel on some acrobatic bullshit to damage Solomon. Batman tries to confirm his kill, but Grundy is still alive and monkey fists Batman. Batman gets Grundy caught in the contraption, and Batman takes his opportunity to give him the beats, where he then rips Grundy's heart out of his chest. Most likely learned it from Kano from MK vs. DC. Penguin shoots a missile launcher at Batman, but Batman is too suave and gives Penguin a two-piece and a biscuit and then throws him to the ground. Penguin is brought to Freeze, and Freeze re-breaks Penguin's hand. Freeze needs a restorative element that can be bonded to human DNA, which will take decades. Batman knows someone who has that exact enzyme that Freeze needs in the form of Ra's al Ghul. A ninja who is trapped in a glass box breaks out and escapes the museum. Batman scans some blood on the ground and goes to find the immortal assassin. Batman finds some bloody bandages on a rooftop where he gets ambushed and then starts giving chase to the ninja bitch. Batman finds her and plants a tracking device on her back where her backup arrives, but soon does Bruce's as Robin appears and causes the assassins to scatter. Batman tosses a vial of his blood to Robin and tells him to analyze it. Before Robin reluctantly leaves, he hands off a new toy to Batman, which will be the line launcher. Batman is not feeling so 100 as Joker's blood is starting to overtake his body. Batman struggles to stand, but he then finds the 5th Titan container and destroys it. After coughing up blood and getting in a Ninja Gaiden brawl, Batman looks at the mechanical guardians of Wonder City and scans them all to get the surveillance footage. He finds the entrance, and a ninja tries to slash him with her sword, but he knocks her out ferociously and opens the secret passage. Batman waddles through the door, and we see Talia al Ghul, Ra's al Ghul's daughter, who it seems Batman and her have a lot of tongue history together. She stops the assassins from killing Bruce and then slaps the taste out of his lips. Talia reminds them about their night in Metropolis together, and she tries to seduce Bruce into joining the League of Assassins. Talia sees his fucked up face, and Batman tricks Talia into getting him close to Ra's, but he will have to endure the demon trials first. Batman enters the altar room and then drinks some demon blood from a chalice as instructed by Ra's al Ghul. Batman enters a mystical sand world where a holographic Ra's instructs us through the trials. Batman completes the demon trials after gliding a lot and beating up a bunch of sand bums. Batman and Talia face Ra's, where he will be Bruce's final challenge before he can lead the League. Batman says he would never kill, and Talia finds out the truth that Batman just needed Ra's blood. Ra's falls back into the Lazarus pit and doesn't look a day over 300. Batman arises back in the sand world and avoids some sword slashes from Ra's, some more sand goons, and also big ass Ra's al Ghul, which reminds me of Sandman from Spider-Man 3. Batman deflects a bunch of sword slashes from Ra's and overpowers them, and Talia circles around them as she tries to get Batman to kill her father. Talia tries to help her dad back up, but that deadbeat holds her hostage with a knife. Batman tosses down the sword and throws a reverse batarang at him, where he fucking mucks Ra's with a punch. Batman then lifts him up like he's nothing and does a Red Cross withdrawal through his neck. Batman is on his way back to Mr. Freeze so they can conjure up an antidote, but as he does, he runs into Mayor Quincy Sharp, who is the old warden of Arkham Asylum. Batman holds Sharp upside down on a rooftop, where Sharp tells Batman that Hugo Strange told him that he has powerful friends that could help him win the election, and all he had to do was put Strange in charge of Arkham City, and Strange has also been locking up anyone with evidence against him. Batman gets back to the GCPD and gives Freeze Ra's blood. Freeze does some calculations and science shit and whips up an antidote. Freeze puts the vial in a safe and then taunts Batman as he is unwell. Freeze demands Batman brings back Nora or he will freeze Batman to death. Batman must use several tactics to take out Freeze, like shooting the electrical charge to suck him up like a magnet and wail on his ass, blowing up a wall and then punching him in his glass, shock him on an electric floor and land a couple of biscuits, sneak up on him in a vent and drop an elbow, and then finally disrupting his suit with the device that we got earlier. Batman starts punching Freeze in the face, where he eventually starts hallucinating Joker. Batman unlocks the safe, but Harley Quinn has stolen the antidote from the other side of the wall. Freeze then hands Batman some freeze blast grenades before he heads back out. Batman hears a news chopper as they find him walk out, but a secret caller then shoots at the chopper with a rocket, and we have a mayday. Batman saves Vicky Vale, who was in the downed helicopter, and as Vicky tries to get an exclusive, we see a random guy in a top hat on a rooftop. Alfred informs us over a jet whirring by that he has found a cure for Batman's illness. Batman eventually finds Nora Freeze hidden behind some walls being guarded by some Joker guards. He then tells Freeze that Nora is safe, and it seems like these two are now even. Batman heads to the antidote drop point and clears out the surrounding guards. Batman injects himself with the cure, but something is wrong as Batman passes out. Batman wakes up seated at a dinner table with a bunch of dudes in rabbit masks, and on the other end of the table is the Mad Hatter. Hatter noted a hypnotic suggestion, which was the false radio message we heard from Alfred earlier. Hatter is upset that Batman hasn't drank his special tea, where Batman tells Jervis to go to hell. Hatter jumps on the table and then conceals Batman with his new special hat. Batman struggles out of his hypnosis and he's wearing a horrendous Batman Bride Horror Fusion mask. Batman is also tripping balls on a falling clock platform. Batman fights off all of the fluffy thugs and then finally takes down the Madman himself. Batman then disrobes of his terrifying Halloween costume. Batman gets to the steel mill where more beefed up Joker guards defend it. Batman heads inside and finds the final Titan container, where he then can now go and tell Bane his success. Batman gets deeper into the mill and all of a sudden I accidentally two-piece the doctor from before who tries to hit us with a pipe. Batman moves further into the mill and he finds Harley Quinn tied up against another pipe. Harley tells us that Joker has the cure locked up in the boiler room, where we then gag Harley against her will.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
In the smelting chamber, Joker stands against himself in a mirror, touching himself up and then turning around to be completely healed somehow. Batman and Joker will now go toe-to-toe in a fight, but this ain't injustice. Batman has to fight a bunch of backup guys who we toss into bumper cars, and also Mr. Hammer, who makes his return to Monday Night Raw. Batman clears out the room and finishes off Joker. Joker has the place rigged to blow, and he uses the explosion to take his golden opportunity and slash bats with his blade. Talia al Ghul appears out of nowhere and stops the execution. Talia offers Joker that if he spares Batman, she will give him the secret to immortality. Joker takes Talia's sword and then boots Batman in the kisser. Talia tells Batman to follow his heart, where we notice that she put the tracking device on her chest. Damn, it's been a while, but Catwoman is still dangling in Ivy's lair. Ivy says that her final plant is being held behind Strange's vault, but Catwoman strikes a deal with Red and she agrees to save her plants and steal Strange's riches. Catwoman pickpockets a tiger guard and unlocks the vaults, which spooks the goons. Catwoman dispatches of the guards expeditiously and then finds 2 briefcases full of cash. Catwoman also says fuck Ivy and just drops her plant on the floor because why not. Catwoman sees Batman covered in rubble on the monitor and she takes a hesitant decision to drop the money and go save Batman. Catwoman lifts Batman out of the rubble and Batman is still determined to stop Joker in Protocol 10. Strange is launching missile strikes all over the city, and when Batman tries to find Talia, Alfred interrupts and tells him he should save 1,000 lives as opposed to Talia's. Batman finds refuge in the toy factory and tells Bane his mission is complete. Tiger guards break in and now Batman and Bane have a handicap match pitted against them. Bane has not actually destroyed his Titan containers but collected them hoes, and now he needs it to feed his Titan addiction. Bane charges at Batman, but Bane gets trapped and then Batman destroys all of the Titan right in front of him. Batman scans the Tiger Copters for the Master Control Program to get into the Wonder Tower where Strange is hiding out. Batman gets into the loading yard and sees Strange on camera with scissors against the prisoner's neck. Batman takes out the rest of the room with no questions asked. Batman clears a lot of the different guards on different levels of the tower as he takes his long journey up to the top, and once everyone is taken out, Batman is ready to go apeshit. Batman hacks into the door, and Hugo is surprisingly chill for being caught by Batman, but then gets Spartan kicked over a table. Batman yeets Hugo into an electric box and then slams him face first against a window. Hugo gloats about his powerful friends, but then gets shish kebab through the chest with a sword, being held by Ra's al Ghul. Ra's is the mastermind behind Protocol 10, and Hugo says he was supposed to usurp Ra's. Strange calls out to his computer to activate Protocol 11, which detonates the room to clear all evidence. Batman spears Ra's out of the tower, and Ra's tries to kill himself and Batman, but Batman lets go, and then Ra's goes splat on the gates of Arkham. Batman lands on a platform in front of a big-ass monitor, and Joker is live on Twitch. Joker has Talia hostage and is ready to blow her brains out if Batman doesn't give up the antidote. Batman enters the theater, and Joker is ready to perform on stage as Talia is about to be blasted. Talia evades Joker and then stabs him with the sword through his chest. Talia gives Batman the cure back and then she says that she stole it back from Harley Quinn. Batman realizes that this shit ain't adding up and all of the little hints were there, but we never noticed. Joker demands Batman to hand over the cure, but fake Joker reaches over and grabs it. We then see that the culprit of the fake Joker the entire time was Clayface. We must now toss a bunch of freeze grenades at Carlo, avoiding his cannonball attack and his Mr. Fantastic flippy fists. Batman freezes Clayface in place and steals the sword from his back and starts hacking away. Batman tosses more frost grenades and freezes Carlo, and then quite literally chops Clayface into pieces with the sword. Joker pushes the big red button and blows the floor beneath them. Clayface spawns clay children for Batman to brawl with, and Batman is straight slicing through them like butter with the blade. Batman finally ends the terrifying sludge beast and injects himself with the antidote and is cured of the Joker illness. Joker attempts a leap of faith into the Lazarus pit, but Batman tosses Ra's sword into the power panel and it causes it to blow up when it combines with Clayface. Batman wakes up and still has half of the cure to give Joker, and Joker continues to beg for it. Batman ponders if he wants to keep Joker alive, but then Joker stabs Batman in the shoulder, where the cure shatters all over the ground. In a terrible mistake, Joker tries to lick it all up, but it disintegrates too fast. Batman tells the ultimate joke, which has become a classic meme.
That actually is pretty funny.
Joker takes his last breath with a devilish grin on his face, and Joker passes on the theater floor. Jim Gordon and GCPD surround the Arkham City gates, and Jim notices Batman, who is holding Joker in his arms just like the Cain and Abel painting from the beginning. Gordon asks Batman what happened, but Batman says no words and walks off to fade to black. Fade back in, and Batman flies back in on a rooftop to meet Catwoman. Catwoman goes to find her missing things as Batman is left for another night of crime and side missions. Now I think that it's only fair that I covered the DLC as well. Stick around for Harley Quinn's revenge portion of the video. Catwoman gets her house blown up, and then she whoops Two-Face's ass in the Museum as revenge. Okay, DLC time. Flash forward about 2 weeks after the events of the main story, and we open on a Harley animatronic. Robin flies in on a rooftop, and Oracle tells us that Batman has been missing for days, and Robin is here to rescue Bruce and the rest of the missing police officers. Some dudes who work for Harley Quinn try to fix a broken TV that repeats a Joker clip, and then Robin slams a goon's head through the screen. Robin reaches the smelting chamber where he ravenously ravishes a bunch of Harley thugs. Robin kneels down and finds Batman's utility belt, as Oracle asks if Robin has found him. We flash back to 2 days ago where Gordon and the GCPD have the steel mill locked down with brute force, and Batman is going to sneak into the building and save a few police officers that have been taken hostage by Quinn. Batman gets inside and notices Joker's office is decked out with a baby crib and Scarface positioned next to a positive pregnancy test. Batman saves the first GCPD officer from danger by clearing the room, and then he scans a blood sample of another officer that was taken hostage. And then Batman continues his expedition. Batman slides under a door, collides some heads, and then takes this guy for interrogation. The thug reveals that Harley gave 3 trusted guards key cards, which Batman can use to access the door. Batman acquires all of the cards and opens the door into the pump room. Batman does some stealthy shit and saves the other officer from harm's way. Harley Quinn interrupts the party with a bunch of goons with guns. Harley goes to shoot the officer with her Nerf blaster, but Batman takes a shot for the officer. The goons try to take his utility belt, but Batman has the electric cherry perk from Black Ops 2 as Harley drags bats away. We flash to the present, and Robin reaches a room containing a large-ass monument for the Joker, which is also holding Batman inside the ball. Robin reaches the port lot where a bunch of armed guards are in the same room as Harley. Robin is able to dispatch of a bunch of guards in silence, and then when he's in the clear, he boots Harley in the teeth. Robin holds Quinn against the railing demanding the key, where Robin then reaches into her tits and pulls out the key card to release Bruce. Harley demands to be let go, and Robin accepts, and she's left hanging above the water. Robin gets back to the shrine room where he is confronted by armored Harley thugs and a Titan guy. Robin dispatches them bitches, and then overrides the controls, dropping Batman out of the glass ball where he just straight punches the lid open. Harley says that the cops will be dead along with them as she has planted bombs throughout the mill. Batman defuses the first one easily, where he then calibrates his cowl to find the detonation frequency to locate the bombs. Batman eventually finds them and defuses the bombs easier than your mom saying yes. Batman heads back to the shrine room where he's confronted by fine-ass Harley. Joker Shrine is her platform, and she activates some robots to go kick Batman's ass, but Batman is more than Batman, he's a fucking Terminator. So he just shreds these robots like a fatality in Mortal Kombat. Harley holds a detonator up in the air and reveals her Joker bomb, but Batman grapples up and pulls her by the leg. Batman holds Harley up by her neck to try and defuse the bomb, but this allows it to detonate even faster. Outside the mill, Gordon and GCPD are ready to breach when the building blows up. Batman flies out of the building with Harley coming crashing down with him. Harley wishes Batman would have left her there just so she could die and be with Joker again. Batman asks Gordon if he's seen Robin, but Gordon says he thought he was with Batman. The building falls further into disarray, and Batman thinks Robin just fucking died. Harley pulls out a dagger and is looking to finally kill Batman, where all of a sudden Robin's shuriken hits Harley in the face. Robin tells Batman that the cops are safe, and then Batman says he's done here and gets the fuck out. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for the support on the Asylum video. I plan on covering the whole Arkham series in the next few months along with some other games I wanted to cover. Let me know what video you guys would also like to see, because I would love to get your suggestions. Hope you all enjoyed your time. Subscribe, like, and comment, and I will talk to you all later.